If you think that filing for an LLC protects you from personal liability, you're completely wrong. People tell you that you're legally protected. Once you file an LLC, they're lying to you. They're completely misinformed, and if they're an attorney saying this, then they're not battle tested with 20 years of courtroom and boardroom experience. Because filing an LLC is just a formality and actually a rather cheap and simple process. That's why you see so many people offering you this service for free now. It's just paperwork that really means nothing if you're not legally compliant with the myriad of LLC rules, regulations, and laws that you need to follow. Because real legal protection happens after filing. It's how you operate your business, how you handle your money, how you document decisions, and how you hold yourself out to the world. I know I've sued business owners with LLCs and gone after them personally. I've pierced LLCs in court under claims of fraud and alter ego, and I've protected clients when the other side has tried to pierce their LLC. I know the factors a court looks at to determine if your LLC will actually save you from personal liability and save you from fraud and bankruptcy. So I created an LLC compliance system that I'll teach you. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 biggest compliance mistakes that get entrepreneurs into trouble, mistakes that can be prevented with the right planning, and my solutions on exactly how to fix them based on nearly 20 years of law and business. And when it comes to your LLC, the biggest mistake is thinking you're safe. The fact that you filed some paperwork somehow shields you from liability. And despite what others may have led you to believe, you are not legally protected because you filed for an LLC, and I'll prove it to you. But most importantly, I'll show you how to change that. So here's mistake number 1. You filed your LLC or hired a third party to file it, and now you're done. And you thought that was all you had to do, but filing is not protection. It's just a starting point. The courts don't care that you paid the state $100 or so. The fact that you filed for an LLC is no defense to you breaking the law, making mistakes, and acting in a way that can be viewed as fraudulent. The courts only care how you actually acted in business, how you run your company, how you comply with all the different laws that apply to operating an LLC. Filing is just a formality that's necessary, but it's not necessarily going to protect you. Compliance is the protection. A legal compliance system is the legal necessity. And unfortunately, entrepreneurs often learn this mistake when it's way too late and their personal assets are at stake. Think of it like this. Most people have a paper shield and aren't compliant with LLC regulations. And I know because I've seen it intimately. Over the course of nearly 20 years, I got to subpoena business books, accounts, records. It's fairly easy to show a court commingling of funds and other factors to prove that your business is basically an alter ego of you. Your LLC paper shield tears the moment pressure hits. That's why the law calls it piercing the corporate veil. And that veil around your corporation, it has to be legally bulletproof. And I'll show you how to do it. Here's mistake number 2. Commingling your business and personal finances. This one gets people all the time. They start with a business bank account, but over time, they treat it like it's their personal piggy bank. Gas, groceries, rent, personal transfers with no records. And then a lawyer like me gets involved. One subpoena later, and we've got your bank history, your accounts, every expenditure. And now you're sitting at a deposition under oath, explaining to me every charge and trying to justify it's for business. Now your personal life is embedded in the lawsuit and it all comes out and it gets nasty, especially when your business partner is buying his girlfriend and not his wife expensive gifts with the business funds. And I've seen that. So now we can get more personal records from you and argue that your LLC is basically an alter ego of you, that because you don't follow the law should not protect you from personal liability. And that's a winning argument before the court. So what's the solution? Simple. Separate accounts. No personal expenses from your business card. If you need to pay for something, do it properly, log reimbursements, keep clean records. And if you have partners, make sure there's an indemnity provision in your operating agreements in case they violate the law and try to blame you. This provision can save you during the worst times. So conduct your business like a real business, because if you don't, the law won't treat you like one. Mistake number 3, using a generic operating agreement. Downloaded from somewhere, maybe prepared by a lawyer, maybe not, or worse, not even using one at all. Look, your operating agreement spells out your business. It governs ownership, decision-making, profit splits, what happens in a dispute, what happens if you die, all of it. And if you don't have one, the state is going to impose their own rules on how you operate your business. And you don't even know those rules, do you? So you're exposed because when a dispute hits, and they always do, the court asks one question: what does the agreement say? And if it says nothing or it's vague, that's game over. Now your entire business is in the hands of a judge who really doesn't care at all about your business. So don't grab a template off Google. Don't fill in blanks you don't understand. Use a battle-tested operating agreement that reflects your structure, your risk level, and your strategy. And make sure you establish a relationship with an experienced attorney to mentor you with a system that will keep your LLC legally bulletproof. Now, mistake number 4 is you've got no records, no annual meetings, no minutes, no compliance calendar, no documentation, nothing. Just vibes and a Stripe account. Is that a real business? Bad vibes will be coming soon when one of your deadly enemies surfaces and you end up in court for a client issue, IP issue, business deal issue, and the courts now want to see proof that you're actually running a real business as opposed to a sham that your adversary is claiming you're running. And if they don't see your records, your formalities, your agreement, your books, then they assume you're operating a shell that you call an LLC, but it's really an alter ego of your personal life. And that means they can pierce through that LLC to hold you personally liable. So keep records, use a compliance checklist. Even if you're a single member LLC, write up your resolutions, document your decisions, keep books, use a real compliance system the same way you use email and funnel systems. It's boring, but it will save you one day and you'll be forever grateful that you watched this video. Mistake number 5 haunts most solopreneurs. They blur their personal and business identity, and it results in not just an identity crisis, but a legal crisis. You send emails from your personal Gmail. You sign contracts without your company title. Your invoices don't even mention the LLC. And when the courts see that, they see confusion. Confusion equals exposure. Confusion equals litigation. Confusion is expensive. You need to consistently operate in the name of your LLC everywhere. That means your website, your contracts, your email signature, your payment platform. And if you have multiple businesses, you need multiple LLCs. Never make the mistake of mixing multiple businesses because now you've exposed all of it to liability. And if the court views you as basically the LLC, then they'll find you liable. And this is one of the biggest mistakes you don't want to learn the hard way. So let me explain to you a point I've made that's important. When a judge looks at your LLC, they don't just ask if it's filed. They apply the alter ego doctrine to determine if you can be held personally liable even if you filed. And this doctrine is what most state laws are based on. So the courts are going to ask you, and they want to see evidence that you have proper agreements and books, that you're not commingling funds, that you're not undercapitalized, and that you're not skipping on formalities, and you're not using the business for personal purposes. So if you're engaging in any of these behaviors, the court can pierce your corporate protection to hold you personally liable. And with this, usually comes a finding of fraud. So if you want to stay protected in your business, you need to know and pass the alter ego test at a minimum. Now, here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes can be fixed, but you need a system. That's why I created the LLC compliance system inside the Legally Bulletproof Academy. It starts with the LLC compliance playbook, a step-by-step checklist to make sure you know what you need to know and you're staying compliant. Then I give you a battle-tested operating agreement, one that I've built from real court battles and business deals that you can use to modify for your existing LLC and others as you grow. And most importantly, you get access to me personally, a 20-year courtroom-tested attorney who's helped entrepreneurs both pierce and protect their LLCs. So I can mentor you and help make sure that your business is legally bulletproof. So you can grab the LLC compliance playbook for free. The link's below. It will walk you through what to document, how to sign, how to structure, and how to avoid every mistake that we talked about today. But don't stop there. Click on the Academy link below and you'll get information about our LLC compliance system workshop. So even if you got a tight operating agreement and a compliance system, if you're about to take the next step and you're thinking about a business partnership, you better think twice. I've seen so many business partnerships end up in legal disasters because they either chose the wrong partner who became an enemy, or they made a deadly mistake by failing to protect themselves. So I'm going to show you how to determine if you should enter into a business partnership to begin with, and how to legally bulletproof your partnership agreement in the next video. It's part of our Legally Bulletproof series, so stick around. We're just getting started.